Welcome to Narrations. Today's film is The NeverEnding Story, a 1984 fantasy adventure directed by Wolfgang Petersen. It's a magical, melancholic journey through imagination, grief, and courage, one that captured the hearts of an entire generation. Bastian Balthazar Bucks is a quiet, bookish boy struggling with the recent loss of his mother. He's bullied at school and misunderstood at home. One rainy morning, while fleeing his tormentors, he hides inside an old bookstore. There, he meets a grumpy old bookseller who warns him about a certain book, one that's not safe. Intrigued, Bastian steals it and rushes to his school's attic, curling up among old desks and dusty light to read what he doesn't yet realize is a story he'll become part of. The book tells of Fantasia, a breathtaking world filled with flying dragons, rock giants, racing snails, and terrifying wolves. But Fantasia is in danger. A force called the Nothing is spreading rapidly, swallowing entire parts of the land. People are vanishing, cities are disappearing, and even memories are being erased. The empress who rules Fantasia is gravely ill, and only one brave warrior can save her, a young boy named Atreyu. Atreyu, noble and determined, is chosen to find a cure for the empress and stop the Nothing. He embarks on his quest with only a horse, Artax, and his bravery. But the journey is cruel. One of the film's most heart-wrenching moments arrives early when Artax sinks into the swamps of sadness, a place where sorrow consumes those who let it. Despite Atreyu's desperate pleading, Artax succumbs, leaving him devastated and alone. Atreyu presses on, meeting strange and wonderful beings. A giant rock biter who laments the loss of his friends. A racing snail. A bat-riding nighthawk. And finally, the ancient turtle Morla, who tells Atreyu that only the southern oracle can guide him, but it lies thousands of miles away. As Atreyu collapses in exhaustion, he is rescued by Falkor, a flying luckdragon with a warm voice and a heart of gold. Falkor soars through the skies, giving Atreyu new hope. But danger follows. A terrifying wolf-like creature named Gmork, an agent of the Nothing, hunts Atreyu relentlessly. At the gates of the Southern Oracle, Atreyu faces two Sphinx statues that destroy the unworthy with their gaze. Barely surviving, he learns the answer he's been seeking. The Empress needs a new name, one that can only be given by a human child from the outside world. Bastian, reading this, realizes something strange. The book begins to mention him. He's not just a reader anymore. The lines between fantasy and reality blur. Fantasia is falling apart and Atreyu continues to search for answers, but the Nothing finally strikes. Gmork confronts Atreyu, revealing that the Nothing represents despair, a force feeding on people forgetting their dreams. They fight and Atreyu slays the beast, but Fantasia is nearly gone. Atreyu clings to the last fragment of Fantasia, a small floating rock, and meets the childlike Empress one last time. She knows Bastian is watching. She calls to him, urging him to believe, to speak her new name aloud. Bastian hesitates. The storm rages. The attic shakes. Finally, Bastian cries out, "Moonchild." In that moment, everything changes. Fantasia is reborn from Bastian's wish. The Empress gives him a single grain of sand, all that remains of Fantasia, and tells him that with his imagination he can rebuild it however he wants. One wish at a time. Bastian rides Falkor across Fantasia, bringing back mountains, valleys, cities, and joy. He even makes a detour back to his own world, scaring off his bullies with a triumphant flight through the skies. It's a powerful moment of full-circle growth. The shy, grieving boy has become a hero in his own right. The NeverEnding Story is more than a fantasy. It's a story about the power of storytelling itself. How imagination can save, how stories live in us, and how bravery can look like belief. Wolfgang Petersen weaves breathtaking puppetry, haunting music, and deep emotional themes into something timeless. Whether you're discovering it for the first time or revisiting it decades later, this story reminds us, every reader becomes part of the tale. Thanks for listening to Narrations. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more nostalgic movie recaps every single day. Until next time, keep dreaming.